Whoa, this is a lot of smoke. I think I might have completely ruined this chicken, but it's also a chance this is the best barbecue I've ever done. Today I wanted to find out what happens if you push smoke way beyond the recommended daily allowance. I'm no pitmaster, so this could go very wrong. So most barbecue advice says you should avoid thick white smoke at all costs. Ideally you want it to be burning very cleanly with a very thin blue bit of smoke, because heavy smoke can make the food taste quite bitter and harsh. But when I was cooking this, the fire kept getting way too aggressive, so you basically end up with burnt food. The flames were huge and the fuel was burning far too fast. So the only way I could actually control the heat was by restricting the airflow and letting the wood sit right on the edge between burning and smouldering. And as you can see, this has created a lot of thick white smoke. Not exactly textbook barbecue, but very real backyard cooking on a very cheap grill. So, does it work? Who knows? Let's find out as we build our fire, grill some meat, and then go for the lovely taste test at the end. Hopefully it is lovely. Alright, so we've just finished building the fire there. So this was made from sticks from the local forest. Got no idea what it is, could be anything, but they look pretty good to go. And then yeah, it took about 20 minutes for the fire to get to this stage. And now we are just checking if it is good enough to cook on. So as we can see, yeah, the distance between the wood and the chicken is very, very minimal. So it's quite tricky to, yeah, basically not burn the chicken, which is where I kind of came up with this sort of slowly, pretty much starving the fire of oxygen. And then when it sort of dies down a bit too much, you then take the lid off, gets a bit more oxygen, starts to flame too much, and then you put the lid back on. So we've got the chicken on there, and we're just basically going to play this dancing game of keeping the fire just about alive for the length of time it takes to cook the chicken. So you do need to like be constantly managing it, but you know, it was a lovely day. You know, what else are you going to do on a lovely Saturday afternoon than smoke some chicken? So yeah, nothing special here, just a very cheap grill. So we can see from the slight rust coloration on the bottom there. And yeah, also because it's so old, like the sort of air holes at the bottom have pretty much sealed themselves shut. So yeah, I mean, I guess this sort of method was born out of necessity rather than design. But I thought, why not give it a go? So I've done quite a few fires in the woods cooking that way. So I thought, why not bring the forest to the garden where, you know, you've got everything else you need at the comfort of your own home. So yeah, the chicken has been on for a while so far. And then yeah, we saw the flames there. So as soon as the flames come up, you put the lid on and that basically puts the flames out and then creates a lot of smoke. And then you're just trying to figure out, do you want the lid fully on? Do you want it slightly off a bit? You're basically just managing the levels of oxygen that the wood is getting while rotating the chicken and flipping it. So I always start a timer when cooking things, just so you know how long it takes. So it turns out it does take about 45 minutes for the chicken to cook, so that's the same time as it being in the oven. Oh, big flame again there. Lid on, and then you can see the flame dies down pretty quickly, and then yeah, the smoke starts again. So yeah, it does take about 45 minutes in total. Same as being in the oven, but yeah, it is honestly completely worth it. So we're getting towards the end of the cook now. So much smoke. So yeah, like I said at the start, I'm not really a pit master, but I thought, worked in the woods, why not try it at home? I've done more research into pit mastering in the making of this video than I have done in the actual making of the chicken. So yeah, turns out it's quite fine art. A lot going on, but I'm all about trying to make things nice and simple and easy. And yeah, this for me was a very exciting experiment. So for what this is not necessarily the best idea for, from what I've heard, from what I've read, if you're going to be smoking for a very long time. So yeah, this sort of acrid, smoky flavours do build up if you're smoking kind of beyond an hour, from what I've heard. I've not tried it. Maybe I'll try that in the future. Who knows? We'll see how well this video goes down. So yeah, so the wings, not the wings, the thighs were cooking here for 45 minutes. That is obviously well under an hour. Then yeah, that was the meat thermometer there, just checking the temperature was, internal temperature of the chicken was good, and it was. So yeah, just getting a bit of veg on, so this is going to add to the sandwich that we're going to be eating at the end. So chicken off, and just going to leave the veg on there to cook for a little bit longer. So we are going to take this into the kitchen to find out if the experiment worked. The chicken does look pretty good at the start, but it could be way too much smoke. It could be horrible. It could be really, really bitter. We just don't know. So let's start slicing it open and finding out. So here we are in the kitchen with our lovely bits of chicken, roasted pepper and onion. And the chicken is looking very good straight from the off. Look at that. Juicy, succulent, tasty. Hopefully tasty. But everything is looking good so far. No red flags at all. It's looking just like chicken. So we are taking it off the bone. Great thing about cooking things on the bone, it's nice and forgiving. So slicing and then dicing. So yeah, let's just work through the rest of the chicken. Slice, dice, slice, dice, dice, dice. Yum, yum, yum. I hope so. So that's all done, and then we will do the same with the veg. So yeah, the veg doesn't take too long to cook, but yeah, red peppers on a barbecue can't go wrong, especially with a bit of onion as well. So getting that sliced and diced. And today we are having it with some naan bread. So naan bread, absolutely amazing to make. Didn't make this because you know, I was too busy grilling. But if you want me to make a video about naan bread, just let me know. And finally, we're not wasting any chicken, getting all the lovely little bit of scraps off and into our serving dish. Okay, now it's time to plate up. So we've got our diced chicken, veg, and our toasted naan bread. And I am expertly cutting that in half, as you can see. What a pro. And we're going to have it with a lovely bit of yogurt. Get the chicken in, get the peppers in, get the onion in, and chuck some sriracha all over it, and a bit on the you know, work surface. All right, the moment of truth. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's a winner. It is smoky, but my God, that is good. Very happy, very, very happy. So happy, I'm going to put some more chicken in. Oh yeah, look at the state of that. Get it in me. So, happy days. And all gone.